Looking as to how Hayne and ClusterSeven can work together, I think is an interesting dynamic. ClusterSeven provides technology that will enable companies to analyze and look at their spreadsheets and identify potential areas of improvement and managing and controlling them. The benefit of Hayne and ClusterSeven working together is while ClusterSeven is a technology provider, Hayne brings consultancy and advice and guidance to those spreadsheets and how they can be used and controlled in a more managed process, but also taking that forward to look at replacement systems and replacement solutions as part of this forward-looking process. The ClusterSeven solution consists of three core components. The first part is actually looking to enable people to take a risk assessment of their spreadsheet estate. For each spreadsheet that's looked is profiled against a number of rules, and from those rules, able to identify the complexity of those spreadsheets. The combination of both that and the materiality of the spreadsheets enables clients to identify those spreadsheets within their organization that may potentially cause risk. For those spreadsheets themselves, they can be stored in an inventory and reviewed on a regular basis, but more importantly, compared. One of the unique things that ClusterSeven does is actually compare two versions of a spreadsheet. Think about Word, for example. In Microsoft Word, you can do a red line between version 1 and version 2 and clearly see the changes. Those components do not exist within Microsoft Excel. Yet ClusterSeven provides that exact type of functionality. We are able to compare version 1 and version 2 and actually look at how those versions have changed and what changes have been made, right down to the individual cell level. Those changes can then be monitored and controlled on a monthly, weekly or daily basis as the company sees fit. The benefit coming from that is actually reducing the time that people spend checking and rechecking. Actually changes are quickly identified and indeed errors are identified as well. Overall, the critical material spreadsheets that are perhaps updating the P&L or updating the board pack are now monitored and controlled on a regular basis in a simple, efficient and easy way, providing opportunity for the company to look forward as to how they can now develop new solutions within the organization. I really appreciate having the opportunity to talk at the Hayne conference today. The agenda is exciting, particularly on the areas of predictive analysis and prescriptive analysis, two subjects that I've heard of in the press but actually not seen before. I think it's important that as companies work together, they actually all spend more time looking forward as to what they can do rather than actually looking backward, as Mark talked about during his initial presentation. So we're glad to be part of that puzzle and part of that opportunity to take Hayne forward into a brave new world.